Hello guys. Right, well, this is the reason that I had to proxy the Eldar into the guard for that last battle report, and the reason that I'm not actually using my Eldar as much as my guard, because my codex was actually outdated. But we have the new codex. So if we just skip through this lot, quite pleased with how the codex has turned out. Right, now, so we have the Elder Farseer first, our Darth Maul. Obviously this is how the model used to look, with his hand stretched out. I just thought that would be perfect for Darth Maul, and this is how he's come out. So you understand why I chose that model. I'm sorry about the focus, it's not going to. But yes, I will be running the Elder Farseer. I won't be running it on a Wind Rider bike, because you can now have that option with the upgrading to Skyrunner. But Darth Maul never really used a bike as such. He did, but I'd rather run him on feet. Run him on foot. So I'll be having the Elder Farseer with the Shard of Anaris right there. If we skip through a few more pages, I'm not going to bother with any Guardians. So we have the Wind Rider jet bikes. They are going to be these guys right here. I've got 2 squads of 3. Eventually I will have 5 squads of 3. And as a bonus, we now can upgrade with scatter lasers. Yay! But I'm going to get 5 squads because 51 points. We need to turn that 1 point into 5 really, because there's not really a whole lot you can do to cover that very small pointage. Most things are like 5 points, 10 points, things like that. So now we've got the Wraith Guard. I will get 5 of these, and they will be the super battle droids. I'll be cutting their guns off and attaching just this tip bit here, and maybe the hooks, onto the back of their arm so they can shoot that. And that'll be the super battle droids. The Wraith Blades. Now I will be making these with the axe, Ghost Axe and Force Shield. So if we look here, it's free to do that anyway. Ghost Axe and Force Shield. I'm only going to have a squad of 5 on each. I'm not going to add any more. But they will be the Wraith Blades Royal Guard in the red guys in the red cloaks to protect Darth Maul. Now the Wave Serpent. Now the previous Fire Prism, I'm actually thinking of converting that some more, maybe cutting it off shorter back here, adding a few little portholes on the front and some smoke damage or whatever, and then adding some side turrets up the top here on both sides, so I can add the Twin Links shooting catapults on the sides. That should make it look a bit more like it. Now I've searched for all the weapon options and they're all twin linked, which doesn't really help because obviously these have 2 weapons and the old droid hover tank only had 1 cannon. So I'm thinking of getting another Bright Lance and just sticking it just underneath it, so it still looks like the Wave Serpent and it looks like the droid hover tank, but I can still use the vehicle as is on the game profile. And that will have the Wraith Blades in there, but I'll be getting another one for the super battle droids, get them a lot closer up in the face of the enemy as such. And then this, I am really looking forward to getting this in the future. This will be our X-Wing fighter. So I'll be cutting off this bit here and then flattening this out here with a plastic card or even the extra part there, and I'll be lengthening these tail fins and making them a bit longer with plastic card to make it look like the old X-Wing fighter, because that'll be my anti-air or aircraft or whatever on the Eldar side. Quite a nice one, and I can easily upgrade to X-Arc if I wanted to. Like that little idea. I'm not going to bother with the Wraith fighter. I'm not bothering with any of that or any of that. I'll just skip through the basics. Right, and then we've got the Wraith Knight. Obviously our Wraith Knight is a Rancor with no weaponry, so that will be going with Ghost Clave and Scatter Shield. Now the Ghost Clave is usually that very long sword that they hold. That's his claws. And the Scatter Shield is usually this here. So instead of having the Scatter Shield attached to it, I'm just saying it's the thick armour or thick shell around a Rancor. So that's the basics of the Force. We can start using it properly now on the channel. But that's not the end of the film. This is not the end of what I've done for the channel at the moment. I have been busy upgrading the Force to include yes, we have the Royal Guard to protect Darth Maul. They are complete, and we have a Wave Serpent to go with our HQ section and guard. If I take one to get a close up. Focus, yay! Right, now this blade here, I've searched through several different pictures, and even though some pictures have this glowing red like a lightsaber, in actual fact it was only the ones with the black cloaks and tiny red armaments that was actually using the lightsaber. If you look at the Royal Guard, they actually had a bright silver stem on the end of their spear, which powered up when they attacked. So we have the Royal Guard. I've painted the red armaments inside. I've left most of it black on the actual clothing like they are supposed to be, and it's not looking too shabby. It's quite good. Now, I've got to be careful at the moment. I don't know what my son's done. I think he's put his sticky sweetie fingers all over him, or maybe it's the heat, but there's something very sticky on his visor. If I touch it, that is very sticky. If I rub it, I'll rub the whole paintwork off. It's already had 48 hours to dry. I'm not sure if it's going to dry. I'm going to give it another 48 hours, but if it doesn't dry, I'm going to wash all of his visor off and repaint it. And see if that is a sticky sweet that's not going to dry or whatever. Yeah, give it a little bit of work. Obviously I've never said that I'm a good painter. I've never said that I'm a good converter. I'm just an idealist. I like having little ideas like this, like having turning that into a hover tank and the Wraith Knight into a Rancor and everything like that. But this is the Force we have so far. It's building up quite nicely. The channel's got a few things coming up, and we have an extra unit. Right, hope you enjoy, guys. Take it easy. Good gaming.